Hey guys, now let's talk about A Court of Silver Flames by Sage and Maas. It's hashtag New York Times bestseller. The story basically involves Nasta Asheron. The story opens with Nasta at rock bottom, clubs, alcohol, strangers. She doesn't care. Not about her sister, not about her powers or herself. The inner circle stages an intervention. She's being sent to a house of Ind to train with Cassian and work in library. It's a rehab, but with punching. At the House of Inn, Nasta strived of luxury. Her mornings are brutal training. A session with Cassian, her enemy, her shadow. Afternoons, she is in the library with the priestesses who speak in whispers, like pss, 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 and carry their own scars. And every evening, she faces 10,000 steps and herself. Now, the warrior and the witch. Cassian trains her body. The house tries to soothe her soul, but Nesta, she only wants to fight. Cassie and Nesta clash hard. He sees the fire she hides behind her pain. She sees the way he watches her. She hates him for it. The house begins responding to Nesta. Literally, it offers her books, music, warmth. It's alive, and maybe so is something inside her. Now, let's talk about the ghosts in the library. Nesta is surrounded by silence, but the silence is not empty, it's haunted. She meets Gainet Bardara, a brave, snarky priestess who sparks the first ember of friendship. They begin talking, laughing. Nesta's shell starts to crack, but in the dark corners of the library, she feels something staring, old, powerful, and watching. Blade and wand, her fists, no violence, but now Nesta is learning to use her rage, but not be used by it. Training intensifies. Nesta begins mastering Valyrian fighting forms. She still hates Cassian, and yet there's heat. Tension builds physically and emotionally. And when Rice gives her a blade, silver forged by her power, something awakens. Nesta, Emery, Khan, a warrior, a survivor, a singer of steel. Emery joins the training, a various Illyrian female ostracized by her clan. With Khan and Nasta, a trio forms. They train early, fight hard, laugh louder. The bonds feel like family. And the first time in a long time, Nesta doesn't feel alone. Now let's talk about monsters within monsters without. There are monsters in the mountains, but the worst ones are inside Nesta's own mind. As tension arises with the Illyrians, Nesta and Cassian are sent on a mission and ambushed. They fight. She unleashes her power. It's death, darkness, silver flame, and Cassian, he doesn't care. He sees her, all of her. Finite kiss, a storm behind closed doors. Nesta and Cassian combust. They return to Valeries. The tension finally snaps. They kiss. They fight, they break. It's passion, raw and filtered. But love, neither of them is ready for that. Still, Cassian lets her in, and Nesta, she starts letting herself feel blood blades arrival. Nesta enters this guard, sacred Illyrian's right, and the mountains eats the weak. Khan, Emery, and Nesta prepare. They have been training for this, but the rite is deadly. No magic, no weapons, just survival. And when it begins, Nesta is haunted. Haunted not just by beasts, but by men who want her dead. Nesta doesn't just survive, she ascends, she conquers. Bloody yet broken but unbowed, Nesta leads her friends through the rite. They are captured, tortured, and Nesta unleashes the full fury of her solar flames. She becomes something ancient, something feared, a queen of power and pain. The bond was always there, but now it's undeniable. Nesta and Cassian are mates. After the rite, Nesta is changed inside and out. She and Cassian finally accept the truth. They belong to each other. Their love is not soft. It's forged, tested, and hard-won. And it's real. Flame-forged peace. Nesta gave everything to say those she loved, and in return, she found herself. The final battle brews. Nasta must make the choice, wield her power or lose everything. She sacrifices. She saves Fairy and the baby. She gives up her magic, and in the end, she gains more than she ever dreamed. Love, sisterhood, and peace. Final moments. The story closes not with fire, but with healing. Nasta Archeron rose from ashes of her own ruin and became her own flame.